Testing. YouTube, what's up? What's up, everybody? All your SHSATs are finished. Yeah, good job, everybody. Make sure we're live here. This is going to be a short stream. Just want to congratulate all you guys. If you guys jump on and want to talk, that's cool too. I can leave it running. Let's make sure we're live here. What's up? Congratulations, everybody. Long journey for many of you. Yeah, please like and subscribe. That's the way to do it. Let me get something to drink here myself. Diet Pepsi. Not much to celebrate with, but so we have a SHSAT SHCHAT. What's up? What's up? What's up? Tell me what happened, guys. Now everybody's taking it. You can spill the beans. What were the hard problems? What was weird? What did you wish you did? Right? All those cool kind of stuff. Anybody want to pounce that stuff? We're not going to be solving problems today. So what's up? Nobody has anything to say? What's up? What's up? What's up? Everybody's probably out celebrating or passed out, right? Yeah, pump up those lights. Come on, people. Some of you probably didn't even get home yet, depending on what school you ended up at, because some of the schools can be really crowded and whatnot. So if you finish at 12:30, go out to eat till 1:30 or 2. It's already 2:20. A few you emailed me already, so just checking out. Congratulations to everybody, and most important, congratulations to you, Greg, for helping all those people put their best foot forward in the insanity that is this test. Oh yeah, thank you, Mr. Weasel. He's got it. He hit the thing on its head. I don't know if anybody's home yet. Uh, I figured a few of you guys would be home, and a few people emailed me. I don't know if they're actually outside or not. But so guys, today is a good day to just chill. The scores are not going to be released for months now. Probably not at least until March at the earliest. So you just reset your brain, guys, and just be able to go forth from this point, right? You know, it is what it is. Many of you spent years studying for this. A couple of you spent weeks, and there's a lot of people in the middle who spent about a year. I work with a lot of you guys, so you know, pat yourselves on the back. You know, you guys are only you're not going to college. You're just going to high school. So this is really a Herculean task that many of you got through here, and you need to be proud of yourself, no matter what happened. That you know, you tries to raise yourself up, and that's never bad. And the good news is all the work you did is going to be applicable no matter which high school you go to. If you go to high school across the street, it's still going to be useful information. If you go to specialized high school, it's still going to be useful information. If you go to a screened high school, it's still going to be useful. Just choose what your passions are and go with them, right? So that's always good. Half of them probably passed out, and the other half are somewhat celebrating. You might be a little early in the stream. Yeah, I might be heading out, so I wanted to just get this out, if nothing else, to say congratulations, guys. Because I can do a part 2 to this later. But I'm going to chill out for 5 or 10 more minutes and see what happens. Everybody's probably in shock. Today was more people taking this SHSAT 9, I understand. I'm curious to see what some of the questions were, because they did, as I tell you guys every year, there's a wild card they add into it. 2 years ago, everybody got 3 or 4 poems. This year, it seems to be they did a lot of constant proportionality problems and box and whisker problems. Next year, they're going to put another twist on it, which makes it hard because you don't know what the topic is or the angle they're going to take on it every year. The good news is they seem to have applied whatever the wild card is every year. They seem to apply it to everybody. So it's not like 2 years ago, everybody, only 10 kids got 3 poems. It was everybody got 3 poems. So the wild card became equal across the board. All right. Um, so you should be celebrating, right? You guys are truly accomplished people, and I know this. It's easy to say your parents are pushing you and so on and things like that, and that is partially true in a lot of cases. But I just know from the emails of some of you guys that some of your parents actually don't even technically support you. It's not that they're against what you're doing, but you guys are doing this on your own. You know what it means, and you have set goals and things like that, right? Your goals are important, so there's something you should be shooting for. And you've proven now that you have the discipline and the organizational skills and all these kind of things like that to be able to get through some of this. Whether you took the SHSAT 8 for the first time, the SHSAT 9 for the first time, or you took the 9 and you already took the 8 last year. No matter how you slice this, this is a productive, nice time in your life. And like I said, the results are not going to be published for months. You guys still need to pick out your regular high schools, non-specialized high schools, right? And the DOE is not releasing that. We have a unique political atmosphere, even since before COVID, but certainly since. And it's going to change again because we have a new mayor in about 18 days. So, and de Blasio wants to remove the specialized high schools and remove gifted and talented and all this kind of stuff like that, where Mayor Adams, Mayor-elect Adams is wanting to put them in. So we got to think there. I think I did it. Yeah, that's the way to go. That's what I want to hear. Remember, even if you get into a school, if you pass a cutoff score, it doesn't define you. It's nice, it's fun, it's enjoyable, it's whatever, but this is only a moment in your life. It's part of your journey, and there's many other parts of your life that are part of your journey. So this is what some things you guys want to consider. So Tainted, how do you feel you did in terms of like what was some of the super hard topics? What did you were glad you studied for, or whatever? And this is the mix, and that's the beauty of this test. That there's a few kids who can just literally roll out of bed, brush their teeth, and go take this test. There's other ones, you guys, who have to, really study and get through it, because some middle schools are horrible. It's up to the proficiency of the child. So it's good to have that mixture going to these schools like that. It took so long, but I think it was worth it. Congratulations. Yeah, absolutely. Um, and no, I don't think any of you have ever taken a 3-hour exam before either. So that's it in and of itself. That requires a lot of skills to organize, and there's nothing like test day. Absolutely nothing like test day. Your adrenaline's pumped up, and it's a day where emotions are high, and it's important to keep them in check and so on. Anyway, this is in the past. You've all just taken this, and today obviously was the last day, mostly for SHSAT Niners, but it was also other students as well. In fact, you know what? I didn't think this through. Now that I'm thinking, there's children with IEP taking the test, and they're actually probably still taking the exam. So I probably should have done the stream later, because some of them are allowed double time, which is 6 hours then. Yeah, that seems to be the general perspective, that the math seemed easier, and that the ELA was super challenging. And that's the theme for the past 3 or 4 years, especially since they changed the format of the SHSAT. So, yeah. Was there any SHSAT 9 math topic that really just surprised you that it was on there? Because I keep getting comments of students saying like there was some advanced algebra topic on it, and when you look at the problem, even though it could be solved with that advanced algebra topic, there was actually simpler ways to approach it, like Succato or something like that. Is not required by the SHSAT, even though you could use it as a solution. So I'm just using that as one example. Or knowing things about your trig rules and so on. Really the requirement of the SHT is to know some of your Pythagorean triples and so on. And what about the ELA passage as well? Was there any super nasty ELA passage? Because everybody's taken it at this point. You guys can talk about it. Plus, you guys get different forms anyway, so they're not going to repeat one day after the other. No, not really. Probably the last one was the hardest one. Which one was that? And was it hardest because you were tired at that point, or it actually was truly hardest? Anybody else want to talk up too? There's a few people in the lobby. And remember, too, guys, not only is this useful for your classes when you get into high school, but when you eventually take the PSAT and the SAT, it's going to be so much easier because you would have basically done half of it already. And I'm not trying to say that the SHSAT is the same as the PSAT and the SAT. It's not, but there is an overlap. So, Wall Street stuff. Did that one also have infographics, like a histogram or a chart or something along with it? Because sometimes the charts don't really follow the passage. They're like an independent addition to what the passage is saying, and not necessarily in a serial kind of thing. Because I did the math first. Okay, yeah. And that's the way most students do it as well. For some reason, it's not even that you're more proficient in the math, but there seems to be a natural breakdown of how the math concepts and topics are, that kids are able to compartmentalize the math much easier than compartmentalizing the ELA. That's on top of that. You're never quite really shown in the classroom how to break down the ELA in a way that this test really deserves. Okay? Yeah, just the passage. Okay. Who else is out there? Got a few people in the lobby. What's up? What's up, people? Subscribe and like, right? Congratulations for those people just joining. Congrats for anybody who's going to catch us on the replay. Um, you guys definitely hit a milestone here in terms of your academics, and you have to take just a moment to reflect on that. Pat yourselves on the back for sure. Congratulations. Yeah, yeah. I think you're right, Tainted. Anybody else have any specifics about the exam that they were surprised about, or even if you overstudied, did anybody overstudy? Did anybody run out of time? A lot of students run out of time. Although the students I interact with, you guys here, are normally more proficient, so I don't know that anybody here would actually run out of time. More formulaic. I like that word. I'm not even sure if it's a real word, but it sounds great. Anybody else out there have thoughts and comments about their SHSAT taking? You're now officially SHSATers. And you guys should have fond memories of this as you go through your years, just remembering having done this. It really is a milestone from a few perspectives. All right, then I'm going to have to be doing reading homework. All right, thanks for your thoughts, and congrats. And hopefully the wait until March or April when they release the scores is not too painful, because you guys start jumping out of your skin by then. In the meantime, take a week or two to relax and figure out your 12 regular high schools, because that's not happening until next month, obviously. So formulaic is definitely a word. Might want to stick to math. Um, well, I teach them the English too. Here, let me Google this. Formulaic. constituting or containing a verbal formula or a set of words. There you go. You know, it's funny. The past about 9 months, my spelling has gotten worse. I don't know if it's because of um, my head issue or what. Um, but I find myself looking up some words that I should know how to spell them. In this case, I didn't even know it was a word, so I have an excuse there. Nobody else wants to ricochet out their thoughts on the test taking experience from today? Let's see, what did I put in the title of this? What was the title of this? How was your SHSAT 8 or SHSAT 9 experience? Ah, see, I spelled that right, though. That's true, too. We never stop learning. I don't think there's a day in my life where I haven't been learning. And I can even look back on what I knew last year and just say, wow, there's such a wealth of additional things to grok and, learn from. And I love learning. So I think you guys can see my passion as well. So, all right. So I'm going to chill maybe another 2 minutes. So to just kind of repeat, I think this would do this. Yeah. Yeah, that's certainly true. Yeah, that's a whole other issue, especially for students this age. Um, yeah. And by the way, I'm trying to avoid saying KIDS uh, because of the wonderful rules of terms of use here. Um, but that's the way it goes. And you know, everybody, put your hands over that SHSAT SHCHAT, and warm up and have a good day. Um, you guys deserve it. You set your goals. You went for it. Um, and hopefully it was an enjoyable learning experience because that's part of what it's about too. So, and get some marshmallows out and roast them up. And I may do this again later tonight. I have to see what I'm up to because I am exhausted myself. I am completely, absolutely exhausted. I tutored my last kid uh, yesterday, so at least for this go through. Oh, cutie chicken, there you are. Yeah, Brooklyn Tech Knights unite. Yeah, come on. Speaking of which, smash that like button. Hey, you know what? I think I have a like button thing here somewhere. Let's see here. What do I have that right there? Come on, smash the like button. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Hit it, hit it. All right, enough of that. Yeah, I remember helping you too, cutie. Or Cuddy. QT, whatever you say that. Oh, okay. All right, thank you. Yeah, I read too many stories here about different um, content creators running into just a multitude of nonsense. So it's kind of silly, but this apparently things checking all over the place. So and I don't need no trouble. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna cut out on the stream and maybe do it again later as well. In the meantime, you know, wonderful job, everybody. I know the effort a lot of you guys put into it because I've interacted with hundreds of you through email, on Reddit, on just different places. So you know, Just enjoy the day, relax for the week, and go back to your regular until you get notification of what's going on. Um, also, if anybody has questions, you can look at my email at the bottom, GregsTutoringNYC@gmail.com. If you have more SHSAT questions, or if you're considering going to a private school and you're also looking at taking the ISEE or the SSAT or a whole bunch of other exams, including next fall, you might be going to Catholic school, so you might want to take the TACHS. And like I said earlier about the PSAT/SAT, there's also those as well. You can email me about that. And at some point, once scores get released, there's also the whole thing about the Discovery Program, which is for disenfranchised students who meet, quote, just below the cutoff score. There's a little politics in that wording, but at some point we can talk about that too, guys. I do have a section on my website pertaining to that. Let me just check it real quickly so I can give you the exact link. And by the way, my website is GregsTutoringNYC.com. But if we go to, give me 1 second till I find it. I think it's Discovery-Program, but let me make sure. Let's see, where are we here? SHSAT Discovery in uppercase. Let me put the link in the chat. Okay, that's the link that gives an overview summary from my perspective of what the Discovery Program is about. So it's GregsTutoringNYC.com/SHSAT and lowercase dash Discovery with an uppercase D. Okay, so you guys can kind of get an overview about that. There's certain specifics you have to qualify for it, and you get an offer to that after all the other offers are made. So this is after the SHAT offers were made. You might get a Discovery offer. You have to get in a certain range of scores, and you have to have certain economic situation. And on top of that, because of the politics, the way things went down, your school also has to be qualified as a designated school of some economic social structure as well, with something called an E&I index score. So if you go to that link, you'll see it, and the DOE also discusses it further. As far as I know, the Discovery rules are not going to be changed this year. 20% of the seats this year are allocated for Discovery students. Okay? And all the other numbers they have cutoffs and a bunch of other stuff. The cutoffs will be determined. So cutoffs are determined afterwards based on scores. That's even true for the non-Discovery cutoffs. Cutoffs are not decided beforehand. They're decided afterwards once seats are given out. Cutoffs are only an artifact of the selection process. When you get your seat, the cutoff is never checked. Okay? And I have other videos and other things describing that process as well. But the Discovery Program is after all that. And what happens is your guidance counselor will give you an offer, and you have to accept the offer of the Discovery Program. And once you accept that, then that's only your application. So then they have to approve your application. And once your application is finally approved, then you can get into the Discovery Program, which is a summer school session at the specialized high school, theoretically, that you would go to if you pass the summer school. Okay? So there's a lot of super details underneath all that involving it. But so that's the next thing we can talk about. And a lot of discussion happens on Reddit, guys. RADDIT under the r/SHSAT section. which I check multiple times a day. So, you guys can interact with me there as well. And of course, email me if you have personal issues or private issues, or even if you're just stuck on one problem. I can still help you guys with that. Even if the problem is not an SAT problem, it might be like my guidance counselor is not answering me. What should I do? There's always alternatives to all this kind of stuff like that. And sometimes I even work with you guys in contacting your school. Normally you need to be my student, but there's other cases where I can email your principal or something too, whatever, just to kind of poke them. Most of these are easier things to solve. But if you're running into, administrative problems like that, I can certainly help you guys as well. Because that's what half of this is about anyway, at that point. As well, when you finally get the offers, some of you seem to be confused about what the offer means and all that kind of stuff like that. So, at the time, hit me up. Hit me up in a few months when you finally get your offer, if it doesn't make sense to you, because you can end up getting multiple offers. You can get an offer to a non-specialized high school, you can get an offer to a specialized high school, and you can get an offer to a program in LaGuardia. And if I'm not mistaken, you get multiple offers in LaGuardia. So you can get about 3 offers. You can get 1 offer, 2 offers, or 3 offers, depending on how it's set up. All right. And if you get into a specialized high school, you also get a non-specialized offer as well. So you can make a choice. So it's not an either or thing. So if you get into STI and you apply to your local high school, you can go to your local high school even though you got an offer from STI, right? So there's complications to it all, but it all works out at the end. And if there's any confusion about that, because what starts to happen is like a kid might say, I got a 500, and the cutoff score for this school was that, and I didn't get into it. Well, it depends how you ranked it on your application form, right? And you can't go back and rank anymore. You had to rank a couple of weeks ago. That's the last time you're allowed to rank. So if you put if you put STI as your last school, just as an extreme example, if you put Stuyvesant as your last school, and you put anything before it, you're never going to get into STI, no matter if you got the top score in the whole city, because STI is normally the most sought after school, and it normally then therefore has the highest cutoff score. So if you put it last, it means you're going to get another school before it. So all this is a matter of how you approach things by rank. Plus, if you really wanted to go to STI, then you would have listed it first, right? So you can't kind of go in hindsight. You have to do all this in foresight. All right. So anybody else want to say the experience? Otherwise, we're gonna peace out. All right, everybody. Congratulations. Yeah. And peace out.